haters, cultivators.
Hello.
Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloudrecesses, the only lesbian-hosted podcast about patriarchal cult of the devil.
Ooh,
I'm
wow.
Roy, and I threw it on the ground.
I ain't gonna be a part of your system. And I'm Fallon, aka Real Zong Jews of Yunmen.
Yeah.
Yunmong, excuse me.
That's the them.
It's the them.
It's,
real sect leaders of Yunmong.
Real sect leaders. The
Thursday
truest of the
nights on
true.
Bravo.
I remembered a thing.
Yes.
Last week, I think we just started out talking about Skittles, so I forgot everything that was in my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart. I remembered that there had been, like, some type of award thing, and our boy Lan Wangji won Character of the Year.
It's like the best boy possible.
He won the Best Boy Award!
Best possible boy.
He truly!
I don't know what to tell you, man. He's the best possible boy.
And apparently,
of all the boys.
apparently Wei Ying won it last year, and, which is the only reason he didn't win it this year, because once you win it, you can't win it again the next year.
Yeah, they're a pair, do not separate. They have matching awards now. Like, it's a thing. Congratulations to Lan Wangji, the only man to ever exist.
Congratulations to Lan Wangji, the first man ever.
The first man ever.
The first and only man. Who's gonna win it next year? Modo's got a 2-year streak on this.
It's gonna be Niu Mingjoy.
It fucking better be.
No, it's gonna be Niu Huaisang.
It better be one of them.
Yeah.
If I mean, I've never watched a clip of these award ceremonies ever in my life because I'm not 100% sure they exist.
No, me neither.
But if I'm watching the clip and they read off the winner's name and it doesn't start with Nia, I'm gonna be real upset.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is.
Same.
Just saying.
It's gonna be a travesty.
It's not fair. So the other thing that I want to get to before we get into our chapters, we're recording this on Monday, January the 13th.
It's January 13th. It's getting to be the middle of January, but you know what's happening next month?
Yeah, you know what's happening just about a month from now is Valentine Day.
It's Valentine Day, and we figured that maybe it would be kind of a fun, sexy moment to do a special Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, just kind of a special, fun, extra little treat for everybody.
Kind of a little treat. So what we were thinking...
Just giving you a big box of content.
Giving you a big box of content and helping you to contribute to the content.
We like to have contributors.
We like to have contributors.
We want to get everyone involved. So Valentine Day is a day for romance, as they say. Romance. So what we want to do is we want to have a little fun with some content.
We would love to have a little fun with some content. We were thinking that it would be cool if we could have our followers...
Our listeners.
Our followers, our listeners, our sect members...
Our disciples.
Our disciples.
To send in a little bit of writing.
Yeah, send in a little bit of writing. It doesn't have to be more than 1,000 words. In fact, we'd prefer it if it were a little under 1,000 words, because we're going to do... it's going to be a pretty extensive special, but we want to get through as much content as we can.
Yeah. Reading takes a little while.
Yeah.
But criteria, under 1,000 words.
Yes.
We would prefer, just in, for the reason for the season, if it's, in some manner just focused on, if not necessarily romance, then some type of companionship.
Yeah.
Partnership. If it can be any ship as long as it's not weird.
Yeah, you know which ships are weird.
Yeah, you know what we're talking about.
We're not going to be as divisive as we usually are because, it is the season of love.
Yeah.
You give love and you will receive love in return.
You speak it into existence. Now, the final part of this, to give this a true Podrecesses twist, to squeeze in the lemon of Podrecesses. This gonna have lemon in it.
Once you procure your piece of fiction, we'd like you to chunk it into Google Translate, translate it into, did we decide on a language?
Any language you feel like, just let us know.
Viewer's choice, just let us know what language you translated into. Some fun languages that we found are Malaysian, Vietnamese. Thai
is very fun.
Thai is interesting.
Google Translate truly does not know what to do with Thai. Burmese,
Russian can be fun sometimes.
Oh, Russian can be very fun.
Russian can be extremely fun. So, we would like you to take this wonderful work of fiction, chunk it into Google Translate, translate it into another language, take that language, translate it back into English, send us the retranslated version for us to read.
Yeah, and we'll try to guess, we'll try to gauge how close we are to it. Maybe you can send us the original version, the original native English version. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to look at it until after we've read the retranslation.
Yeah.
Until after we've seen what Google Translate has done with it.
Yeah. So
the final thing, let's keep it rated under teen.
Yeah.
Just kind of that criteria.
PG-13 and under.
Yeah. We're not gonna be, I don't want to be reading about dicks and butts unless it's like extremely fucking funny. But not in a horny way, like I'm not reading pornography on national podcast. International
this isn't
podcast.
That kind of podcast. Thank you. So, let us know if you have any cool ideas for this.
Yeah, send them in.
Yeah, please send them in. I'm certainly willing to listen.
Send them to...
You would love it.
You gotta love it. Send them to cloudrecessespod@gmail.com and put as the subject Valentines.
And you can send it in the body of the email. You can send it in a doc if you want.
Yep. Just make sure the original English is a little bit hidden, because we're going to keep that as a nice little surprise for ourselves. Yeah. That's us eating the chocolates out of the box without looking at the little legend that tells you where in the box each flavor is.
Wow, I really want some of those chocolates now.
Right? So when we eat one and it tastes like toothpaste, we just gotta, guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
great and fun.
It's good and fun, and we like it. Get those into us by what fucking day of the week is that? Get them in by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, February 10th.
Monday, February 10th. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah. And we'll have, we'll read them. And we'll get that thing posted on Valentine's Day itself. And it'll be good fun for everybody, I think.
I think it'll be kind of a fun, sexy time.
I think it'll be kind of a fun, sexy time for all involved. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
I'm really kind of excited about it. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah,
actually.
Dude. Hell yeah. So, with that being said, with our big announcement being happened, do you want to get into our chapters this week?
Let's get into our chapters. Let's do a little bit of chapter delving.
Let's delve into some fucking chapters. We read chapters 23 and 24 this week, parts 1 and 2 of the Malice arc.
Menacing.
Yeah, menacing. Go, 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 go. Mm-hmm. So, chapter 23, where we're going to start out. So, Jin Ling kind of wakes up, but he's super out of it and, zombily tries to head back inside the wall, but Wei Wuxian stops him pretty easily. Jin Ling's dog is waiting for them outside, and as usual, Wei Wuxian is terrified, but it turns out that Fairy is holding a piece of cloth in his mouth, and Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji do some brain stuff and deduce that it's from whoever set up the maze array and released the corpses and all that stuff. They decide, let's split up, gang, and Lan Wangji takes Fairy, and they're gonna go track down the culprits, while Wei Wuxian takes Jin Ling down into the city, and they get set up at an inn and fix him up, and they'll meet up ASAP, whatever, they'll meet up in the city. So they do that. Wei Wuxian has to take off Jin Ling's clothes to look him over and make sure he's okay, but Jin Ling's got a curse mark on his leg, that's bad. It means he pissed off a spirit, and it's going to use that mark to hunt him down if the mark doesn't spread all over him and kill him first. So, Wei Wuxian finds that the curse mark is, only on his leg, it hasn't spread all over him yet, but before he can do anything to try to, keep it from spreading any further, or stop it or whatever, Jin Ling wakes up and starts accusing Wei Wuxian of some shit that I don't like. Wei Wuxian says, "Why are you booing me? I saved you." Jin Ling grabs his stuff and runs out of the room. Wei Wuxian runs out after him because he's got to tell this little clown he's got ghostly house arrest anklet disease. But he runs into him getting chewed out by old sect leader rude boy Sandu Shengshou Jiang Wanyin. He's back. Fairy shows up, which means that Lan Wangji must be nearby and done with his shit, but Wei Wuxian gets too scared of dog to think and runs right into the public shaming of Jin Rulan by the uncle Jiang Wanyin. Jiang Cheng immediately turns into a wild chimpanzee and drops everything so he can whip Wei Wuxian, grab him, and drag him into a shop for a round of whatever's gonna happen in chapter 24.
Who could guess?
Gasp! So this chapter starts with the enigma of Amigara Fault.
A little bit. This hole, it was meant for me. Yeah. So Jin Liang basically, he sleepwalks back into his hole.
Yeah, he wants to go be in that hole. He's got to be in there. It's made just for him. It's his special bedtime hole.
And Wei Wuxian's like, oh my god, not this shit again. And he pulls him out of the wall, and it says he found it both hilarious and strange.
Yeah.
It's a delightful combination
it's very
of words,
good.
Isn't it?
I like it.
It's very good.
So Fairy is outside. We don't know Fairy's name yet.
Not yet, no.
But we're going to refer to Fairy as Fairy because saying the dog a million times like we've had to read in these past few chapters is going to make my mouth fall off.
I know, it makes me angry.
So,
well, sometimes we get the spiritual dog. Don't discount that.
That's true. We get the dog, we get the spiritual dog, we get the black-haired spiritual dog in many cases.
Yeah,
which is a big ol'... I'm sure it rolls off the tongue a lot more nicely in Chinese, but it's a big ol' mouthful in English.
It sure is.
And poor Fairy is he's such a good boy.
Or a good
girl.
boy.
We don't know what Fairy is.
It's not their fault that Wei Wuxian is, PTSD terrified of dogs.
I know, and poor both of them. Wei Wuxian being scared of Fairy is just making Fairy scared.
Yeah.
You can see that, Fairy's
that's what happens with dogs. You gotta...
They respond to human behavior.
They respond to human behavior. The energy that you exude is going to be the energy that they mimic.
They're just little vibe mirrors, that's all.
They're vibe mirrors.
It's a good dog. So,
just like Giddy.
Just like Kiddy. Our cat is up here podcasting with us.
She's sitting behind the laptop on the back of the couch.
Queen of sitting.
Having a good time.
Yep.
Chilling.
She's vibing. Speaking of vibes. Anyway, so they in pretty short order because they're they're panicked. They have an unconscious boy that they have to tend to, and they don't know what the extent of his damage is.
Yeah.
So they have kind of a Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji have kind of a rapid fire back and forth about what to do.
Yeah.
And
Wei Wuxian's like, let's go find him, and Lan Wangji's like, I know who they are, because, he always knows who they are.
He knows everything about everything all the time.
It is known.
It is known.
It is known, that's it.
It is just known. It just be fucking known. What do you want from me?
And Wei Wuxian's like, yeah, I know too, because of course he knows.
He's a smart boy.
And he's like, yeah, somebody must have, done all this, let out the walking corpses, and set up the maze array and shit, just to make it harder for us, and, fucked with those sabers, but, we gotta go after him, because, it's gonna be a pain in the ass if we don't, and then we have to catch him later.
I don't wanna.
And Lan Wangji's like, okay, fine, I'll do it, but, what about your boy?
What about your boy? What about the baby? And Wei Ying's like, I got this. And, Lan Wangji, hesitates before he leaves. He doesn't want to leave Wei Wuxian alone for even a second. He's like, okay, I know I gotta do this, and I'm gonna do it, but it fucking sucks. I don't want to be... This is the first time they've, been apart at all.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, except for, maybe, a couple hours when Lan Wangji went to his Cold Springs bath time.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It probably definitely sucks for Lan Wangji at this point, because it's well, he was dead for 13 years, and now he's back, and, I feel like if he leaves my side, he'll probably just die again, and this will all have been a dream.
Oh, yeah, especially because Wei Wuxian is out here going no, I got this.
Yeah, exactly. And, of course Lan Wangji doesn't want to be a freak about it, you know? Yeah. So he's like, well,
yeah, he's trying to be normal.
He's trying to be normal.
Yeah, fat fucking chance. Nobody's normal. He might be the best man, but he's not normal, so,
yeah.
But,
and that's okay.
But yeah, and then so Wei Wuxian, he gets... Is this when Jin Liang... He gets him down to the city, and he takes him to an inn? Or does he look him over here first?
First of all, Lan Wangji turns to leave. The dog comes back, and Wei Wuxian's like, get it the fuck out of here!
Yeah. He's like, please take this dog.
Lan Wangji has to turn around and take the dog out with him. And, of course, Fairy is reluctant to leave Jinliang because he's injured, and that's Fairy's person.
That's Fairy's boy.
But,
you can't mess with a dog's boy.
It still goes with Lan Wangji, and Wei Wuxian's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, okay, I got it now. It's gonna be good. It's fine. There's no more dog.
Then he picks up young man like sack of rice. And they go down the Xinglu Ridge.
Yeah, they go
down Ridge.
They go down the Utz Ridges.
The Utz Ridges.
And they get a room. Our kitty is being so fucking cute right now.
Very cute.
Why is she queen of baby?
She's queen of baby.
They get down there, and
they're dirty and nasty.
Yeah,
so
they're dirty and stanky.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, they've just been in a room full of like dead, fucking stagnant tomb air.
Stale tomb air. Flavor of 2020.
This is a potato chip podcast.
Yeah,
and this is this is like where we find out that Jinliang has the curse mark, and we get a description of like what it means, and it's exactly what I said. It's ankle bracelet disease.
It's ankle bracelet disease. It's like if you offend something of quote unquote extreme malice, and it's basically like you're marked for death.
Yeah,
and it literally says if you offended something of extreme malice, and it honestly just makes me think Jinliang did something like walking into the crypt and going, it smells poor in here.
Stop being poor.
Oh.
He probably did.
Had such terrible taste.
He probably walked in and said, this stagnant tomb smells like stagnant tomb. And this is a disrespectful boy.
How the fuck dare you? That's the saber voice.
That's what a saber sounds like.
That's what a saber sounds like. You boy, you gotta get in my wall.
That just sounds like your Edward Elric voice, but like times about 500.
What is this crap?
What the heck is this crap?
We didn't ask for this. This isn't what we wanted. What is this crap?
Oh, God.
I feel a little bit bad whenever I use that voice because the this isn't what we wanted thing is like directly after they
turn their mom into a horseshoe crab.
Into a horseshoe crab?
Yeah.
I really hate that.
Yeah,
oh my god.
So
yeah, Wei Wuxian is poking around, looking at Jinliang's leg.
Yeah, he has to take some of his like outer layers of robe off, and we get like it says that like he gets down to his undergarments, and then we get a very helpful translator's note about ancient Chinese vampire times underwear.
It's like literally undergarments, and then they have like panty underneath.
Yeah, so he's in like a shitty little bathrobe basically, and it's not like he's not in like his tighty whities. Is basically what the translator's note is saying. He's
a little chino material, yeah.
Yeah, he's not in his little baby Andrew Christians. He's just in
Jesus Christ. He would.
He's just in his underrobe. So
he's in his underrobe. So Wei Wuxian isn't doing anything on tour.
Right, I think it's good that they included that, and it's good to have that for reference because it makes the next little exchange a little bit weird if you don't know it, but
and so, Jinliang wakes up and assumes the worst, and
this is so fucking good. So,
and Wei Wuxian's like, "Oh, what's up?"
Yeah, he's just so casual and chill about it.
I love how when he isn't being boundlessly enthusiastic about something, he's being nonchalant for the bit.
Yeah. He's just
really
chill.
Good.
Yeah, because he knows that Jinliang is gonna flip out, and he knows that, like, the thing to do to rile him up and to be a bastard is to just, like, be chill about it.
Yep.
Fucking idiot. So he's like, So Jin Liang wakes up and he sees that he's down to his under panties, his panty robes, and he immediately is like, "What are you touching me, you gay?" And
I hate it. So
yeah, he says some homophobic shit, which is bad. But then Wei Wuxian, like, isn't being weird about Mo Xuanyu's gay here at all.
No.
He's just like, because he comes back at him in like a very lighthearted way. Because Jin Liang says,
I'm not gay, bro.
Yeah, he says, "I'm not gay, bro," and Wei Wuxian says, "I am." And
what a coincidence.
Yeah, he says, "What a coincidence, I am." And, but he's not making an inappropriate joke at all, and I had super thought, like, he did still at this point, but it's actually, like, almost the opposite.
Yeah.
He's pointing out how irrelevant and stupid it is, like, especially at this moment, for Jin Liang to be making it an issue.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah, and, like, we get, like, just a little bit further down, it says, his expression and tone were as kind as those of a grandmother who wanted to put on a jacket for her grandson, which is so good. He's just like, "All right, okay, Sonny, okay, I'm gay, sure, okay," and just, like, putting it, trying to get him all fixed up and cleaned up, and Jin Liang is 14 and having a fit about it.
He's so stupid.
He's so stupid.
Like, "What's going on, man? Like, come on, I was just messing with you."
And Jin Liang literally says, "Had it not been for the laws of this land, I would have slaughtered you."
He literally does, and he preens himself before he says it. It's a little bit of his dad peeking through.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's so good.
He's like, "I dig you out of the wall. 15 years I've been in... Well, 2 years I've been in your life. I dig you out of the wall. I ain't even get a thanks."
What's a guy gotta do to get some respect?
What's a guy gotta do to get some respect around here?
It's so good. He's like... It's so good.
And he's like, "If not for the laws of this land, I would have slaughtered you."
Yeah, he got to look
like,
good before he says it, too.
He got to look good before he says it, and Wei Wuxian's like, "Please don't. Dying once was already painful enough." Like, he's not even fucking trying to hide his identity. Fucking, I guess, potentially because he knows Jin Liang is too preoccupied to notice the slip, but probably because Wei Wuxian forgot he was supposed to be doing a Mo Xuanyu thing.
Yeah, he's just too wrapped up in trying to save this boy from ankle bracelet disease.
Yeah, from ankle bracelet death disease.
Yeah. So Jin Liang, like, puts up a big fight the whole time, and he's just kind of being rude and a teen about it.
Yeah.
He eventually, like, ends up grabbing all of his stuff and just running the fuck out.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I guess it's sort of tough to face the fact that sometimes the person you formed preconceived notions about from gossip is actually not that bad.
Isn't that weird how that happens sometimes?
Like, maybe even saved your life, even?
That's fucking weird that is, like, maybe a thing that happens on occasion.
Crazy and weird, right?
Who'd have thought? So,
but yeah, Jin Liang storms out.
Yeah, he runs out, and Wei Wuxian's like, "Oh shit, I still gotta tell him he's got ankle bracelet disease." So
yeah,
he's got DUI disease. So
wait, come back, and Jin Liang's like, "No, don't follow me."
Yeah,
don't follow me. Like, I don't know if you do the same thing, but, like, I can't help this. Every time I see "Don't follow me," I just think of Lemon Grab from Adventure Time when he's running away. He's like, "Bye, don't follow me."
Hey, they're both yellow.
They are both yellow. That's my thing.
It's the consistency of the thing.
Jiggy and Jin Liang lemon grabs.
It's lemon to grab.
That's what I think.
I like it. So Wei Wuxian, like, tries to follow him, and he runs into hearing a man screaming and yelling and being mean, and he knows immediately that it's Sect Leader Rude Boy Sandu Shengshou Jiang Wanyin.
Well, you can tell by the way I bitch and moan that I'm Jiang Wanyin. Sandu Shengshou. You know? He knew immediately. He was like, "Oh, that sputtery ass bitch has to be Jiang Wanyin." Crotchety old bag.
There's only one man who sounds that unpleasant to everybody that he talks to. It can only be one. He's the fucking...
Be my bro.
He's fucking just so unpleasant to everybody. He's the...
Awful.
Jiang Cheng is the public universal enemy. The public universal asshole.
Yeah,
so,
he definitely is. And Wei Wuxian's like, nope. He slides off.
Yeah. But he kind of stands is he like hiding behind some bushes, or did I just picture him doing that?
He like slides into an alleyway.
Yeah, and so Jiang Cheng is like scolding Jin Liang for running off and trying to do big boy cultivator stuff on his own.
Jin Liang's like, it's fine, it's not even a problem. Like, I'm not even hurt. I'm a big boy.
And Jiang Cheng says, like, even if you're 30, I'll still keep disrespecting you and treating you like a baby. It's so good.
And, like, fucking, yeah, that's really good. And Wei Wuxian is listening to all of this, and he just, like, sleuths out his own gossip about them. It's like, oh, okay, so apparently he didn't come to Qinghe alone. They must have had a fight, and Jin Liang went off. And, of course, since he's 15 and an idiot, he got himself into some shit. And now he came back and Jiang Cheng, oh, okay, I get it. Like, he's so self-sufficient.
Oh, yeah.
He just sleuths out his own gossip.
Yeah. He figures it out.
It's good. And he's like, Jiang Cheng's like, fucking, you're going to be 30 years old and I'm still going to be out here beating your ass.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because he doesn't.
Yeah.
At all.
He never once. And that's a thing that, like...
Never once in his life does he lay a hand
never
on the boy.
And we'll get to that in more detail in the next chapter, but
does not necessarily make it any better.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, he says but yeah, Jiang Cheng calls Jin Liang a forever baby. And he's very, very mad, and it's all because, like, I mean, this is the only person that he has left.
Yeah.
Everybody else is dead. And, like, I mean, I guess we could talk about it more in the next chapter, but, I mean, the people who, and this is a big ol', I'm using this term liberally and with a huge amount of scare quotes, raised Jiang Cheng were never too, like, one of them showed no affection to him whatsoever. And then the other one,
was abusive.
Yeah, so, like...
He did not have very good examples.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, which isn't to say that it excuses some of the shit he does, but, like...
It explains it.
It explains it, it doesn't excuse it.
Yep, there you go.
So, but yeah, so they're yelling, and then...
They're yelling, and Jin Liang's, like, being contrary. He's like, I went alone because I didn't want anybody to help me or, like, beat me up.
Yeah.
So, suck on it, Dan.
You were being mean to me, Juju.
You're being mean to me, Juju. He's just, like, back-talking him.
Yeah.
And he provokes Jiang Cheng because he knows Juju won't actually do anything to him.
What would Juju ever do? What would he ever fucking do?
Fucking take his Nintendo Switch away for an hour.
Juju says it's my turn on the Switch.
God. Juju just wants to take the Switch and play some Katamari Damacy for a minute, okay?
Yeah, who else is he gonna share it with? He's got nobody to share it with. Fucking Jin Liang has 2 Switches.
Ew.
He's got 2 Switches. Both of them, Jin Guangyao gave them to him.
He has the portable one and the one that he always keeps in the port.
Yeah.
God, I hate that so much. No, you know what? Jin Guangyao didn't give him 2 Switches. Jiang Cheng and Jin Guangyao both got him a Switch for Christmas.
Yeah.
Jin Guangyao knew that Jiang Cheng was going to get Jin Liang a Switch, so he got him one too to see which one Jin Liang would return so he could see who he was better allegiance to. And Jin Liang was just like, cool, 2 Switches.
You know what? No. You know what I think it is? Jin Guangyao got him one for, like, his birthday.
Yeah.
And then Jiang Cheng saw that and was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I should probably, like, show my affection for people with, like, gifts. Like, you know, not in a way that, like, you know, oh, I'm buying their love, but, like, oh, it's good to, you know, it's good to just display affection that way sometimes.
Yeah.
To show that I'm thinking of them. Oh, and he likes games. I'll get him a game.
Yeah, just, like, goes into Target last minute.
Yeah.
Not thinking of anything that Jin Liang wants. Like, he wrote down, like, a list of the things that Jin Liang wanted for Christmas and then forgot it at home, and he was too lazy to go back and get it. And so he just goes into the store. He's like, fuck, okay, what does a freshman in high school want?
Fuck, I know. he likes games, right?
He likes games, Nintendo Switch. And then he's like 5 minutes away from home when he remembers Jin Ling got a Nintendo Switch for his fucking birthday, and he's like, shit!
And then he
doesn't, he's too committed to it to turn back around.
Yeah. So when he actually does give it to him, he wraps it up. It looks decent. He's not the best at wrapping presents, but it looks like passable. Like, he managed to cover all of it with wrapping paper.
You know what? I contend that. I think that Jiang Cheng is anal retentive with wrapping paper. I think appearance is very important to him.
You know what? He's very good at it, but there's always somebody who's a little bit better at it than he is.
Oh, yep.
They put a little bit more thought into, like, color coordination and, like, decorations and shit like that. So he gets there and he gives him his present and he opens it up and he's like, oh, a Switch. I already have one. And that's when Jiggy in the corner is like, oh, how thoughtful of you, Jiang Wenyin. What a shame he already has one. I guess he can take it back and get store credit and have a lot of money for it. And Jiang Cheng is screaming. He starts the whole thing. He gets into an argument with Jin Ling about it. He's like, what if you don't appreciate it? I'll just take it back to the store and get the money back myself. And
Jin Ling like hugging into his chest like, no, I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
I'll use it.
Yeah.
God.
I'm gonna use it. And
don't have to be like that, Jojo.
You better let me have a turn with it because you already have one. You don't need to spend all your time on them.
Yeah, I want to play my Katamari's.
Play my Katamari's. He's got to play his Katamari's. Anyway,
Jin Ling is joke of Jin Ling rude to Jiang Cheng. And Wei Wuxian's like, wow, Jiang Cheng was kind of right about this little boy.
Yeah. He's like, damn, kid is kind of a little bitch, huh?
He is kind of a little bitch, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, damn. And then,
And Jiang Cheng's like, what the fuck is up? Where's the dog your uncle gave you? And that's when we find out that Jiang Cheng was not the one to give Jin Ling the dog, which I thought was a little cool.
I think we found that out earlier. But,
was it?
But this is just kind of a reminder,
Yeah, your uncle.
Your unkie. Your little uncle.
And it says it was chased into some random corner by Lon John. He cares so much.
I know! So Puppy comes up right then and scares the shit out of Wei Wuxian.
Wei Wuxian's like, nope! He nopes the fuck out of there.
And he just, he runs and he happens to run right into the shit of it.
Yeah, while Jin Ling and Fairy have a heartfelt reunion.
Yeah. And Jiang Cheng just dumps his entire scolding his nephew schedule into the trash the moment he sees Wei Wuxian.
He sees Wei Wuxian, and Wei Wuxian sees him, and Wei Wuxian turns around and runs the other fucking way, because he knows how to choose his battles sometimes. And then, here's the thing about Jiang Cheng, he kind of has a long-distance weapon.
Yeah, that's the thing. His weapon kind of has reach, is the thing.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of reach on that stuff, so, zips it right around the foot.
Yep. He gets out Zijian and he goes, whoosh, and
Wei Wuxian gets a little Zaporowski.
Yeah, he says it's not too late to whip it, and Wei Wuxian gets whipped onto his ass, probably. And then fucking Jiang Cheng grabs him and drags him into a shop. These poor people.
I know, they have to deal with this shitty fucking, domineering attitude. I would literally bar this dude from the city.
Dude, it sucks. It specifies that the shop owner is, trying to close up for the night. And, you know how the fuck it is when you're closing a store and somebody comes in at the last minute and you're like, God fucking shit. Damn you.
And they stay, 30 minutes after close, just, doing stupid shit.
Trying to make up their mind. You're like, I gotta use the bathroom. Just let me use the bathroom real quick.
Please have mercy on me.
And fucking, and in this case, we've got this angry rich man who everybody can tell, you look at him and you know immediately that he's
one angry, two rich.
Yeah, one angry, two rich, three, compared to you, basically a demigod.
Yeah.
Just, because that's how cultivation be. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Refuse and serve?
Mad.
He's angry as fuck. He's got a big
mad.
He's got a big old lightning whip on his shit. You don't want that in your shit.
No, you don't.
So you just step aside and...
You step aside, and one of his boys steps in and throws some money at this shopkeeper, like, I'm sorry, he's just like that.
Hey, sorry for our scary sect leader. Yeah. Can we have a couple rooms?
Yeah, hey, sorry about it. Sorry about it. We're just, he does that. He's mad.
Here's a couple extra bucks for your trouble. Sorry, man. Yeah. But so anyway,
so he does that. He drags him into like a back room.
He drags him in, and he's like, "There's this look on his face."
The way this chapter ends,
it's very crappy.
It's Spocky.
Although his face had always been clouded, marked with arrogance and satire, it seemed as if every corner of it had come alive. It was difficult to determine whether it was vengeful wrath, fathomless hatred, or raving ecstasy. Oh, God. I don't fucking know why I like that so much. Like, sometimes when expressions are described in these translations, I have no fucking clue what they're supposed to look like. Or, like, I guess it gets lost in translation.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of other stuff. But this description?
Yeah.
Woo, that shit's intense. This man is scary.
He's making anime crazy face.
I love it. I can picture it so clearly. Yeah. And I'm terrified of it. It's very... it's real good to me.
I'm pretty sure the animators of the Donghua, like, read that and said, yep, and, like, because I remember, like, if he didn't make any of these expressions exactly like that in the Donghua, then that's some fucking Berenstein universe shit, because I can picture it that clearly.
Yep.
But that's where that ends, with him being scary, and we go into Chapter 24.
Chapter 24 time!
Malice Part 2. So, Jiang Cheng chucks Wei Wuxian into an empty room, and he has Fairy guard the door so Wei Wuxian doesn't try to escape. Jiang Cheng basically interrogates Wei Wuxian on his hubris level, and when Wei Wuxian starts being a wise ass at him, he has Fairy go, like, be near him and bark at him a lot. Wei Wuxian unconsciously calls out for Lan Wangji, which makes Jiang Cheng extra mad. And he's like, what's with you two? You fucking, or did he just fuck Mo Xuan you? And Wei Wuxian says, you watch your mouth. And he says, funny joke. And he gets on him about saying the thing that he'd said to Jin Liang back at Mount Dafan. Jin Liang comes knocking on the door and says that he's got something to tell Jiang Cheng. He says that he thinks he saw Wen Yang earlier. And since Jiang Cheng can't let shit sit ever, he says, fuck Wen Yang rights, and takes half his disciples to go try to hunt him down. Wei Wuxian, however, knows that the Wen Yang ruse was a distraction, so he's like, what you doing, little boy? And, thinking about it, and he, like, he realizes that Jin Liang is pulling a fast one, so he's like, okay. And Jin Liang, like, tsunderily helps him escape, out of gratitude, but he only gets one, and he better be fucking careful. We find out that Fairy's name is Fairy, which reminds Wei Wuxian of the way Jiang Cheng named the puppies that he had when they were little. Jin Liang keeps being tsundere and says he isn't gonna say thanks to Wei Wuxian, and Wei Wuxian says, you gotta, and then he apologizes for what he said on Mount Dafan. Jin Liang says, cool, okay, I'm fine, actually, and Wei Wuxian says, look, it's Juju, and while Jin Liang isn't looking, he, like, bops him out cold and transfers Jin Liang's curse mark onto his own body. Jin Liang wakes up and yells at Wei Wuxian, who doesn't explain any of this, and Jin Liang runs off. Wei Wuxian has a flashback to when Zhang Fengmian found him in the street being a dirt baby, and brought him back to the Lotus Pier and had Jiang Cheng get rid of his dogs because Wei Wuxian was scared of them. Jiang Cheng threw a tantrum at first, but eventually he was the one chasing off the dogs for little baby Wei Ying. Wei Wuxian is, like, kind of feeling sad about it, but he makes his way to where he's supposed to meet up with Lan Wangji, and he's there, but he looks like shit. Wonder why.
Who knows?
Who knows? So, the first line of dialogue in this chapter is, lend me your dog.
Lend me your dog. And you know it's about to go down.
Oh, you know it's gonna go down.
You know when the sect leader asks you to borrow your dog?
Dog up, bitch.
Dog up, bitch. Let's go.
Let's go. It's pretty intense. So, Jiang Cheng is fucking vicious, dude.
Jiang Cheng is mad as fuck, and he sends the dog immediately after Wei Wuxian.
He waits like a second because they do like back and forth a little bit. He's like, it's like, he's like, well, you know, you got anything to say to me? And Wei Wuxian,
no, the dog gets dragged forward. Oh no, Wei Wuxian gets dragged forward, so he's in close proximity with the dog. Jiang Cheng throws him into a room. Mm-hmm. He gets the dog to, you know,
stand by the door.
He lures the dog out so that it'll kind of push Wei Wuxian into the room.
Yeah, and then he has Fairy like stand by the door so Wei Wuxian doesn't try to escape.
And Wei Wuxian's like, shit, he really knows how to get me, huh?
Dude, like, imagine being so close to somebody that they know, like, all of your deepest fears, and they go from loving you and protecting you from it to using it against you in this scary fucking way.
Yeah, it's really terrifying. It's pretty...
It's fucking ruthless, like, how mad you have to be.
Yeah, I hate to think about it too hard, honestly, now, because now I'm thinking about it really hard, I'm like, wow... It really... Can I divulge something to you?
Sure.
I was reading these chapters, and it really hit me how much I actually dislike Jiang Cheng as he is.
Yeah.
In at least this current time.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, dude, you really,
He's got some fucking problems.
You got some fucking problems.
Yeah, shit is wrong with this man.
I, like, really want to beat him up. But I also want to, like, bake him a pie.
Yeah.
Which he'll probably find some manner of fault with and throw back in my face. And then I would proceed to beat him up. So, like, the end thing is the same.
Yeah.
So,
Jiang Cheng punches a hole in the wall and Wei Wuxian hangs a frame on it and labels it underneath fragile masculinity.
Oh my god!
Fucking, but Jiang Cheng does the most unbelievable goddamn thing of all time right here.
So, he has a seat, okay? He has a seat. He pours himself a nice cup of tea.
He just manifests tea.
Yeah, I mean, there's always tea waiting at the table.
Yeah,
in these universes.
In the inventory room at the back of this shop.
So
unspecified shop.
He sits himself down. He pours some tea. He takes a moment for everyone to sort of absorb the environment. Mm-hmm. And then he throws the fucking tea on the ground without drinking any of it. The drama of it all.
That's the tea.
And then he smirks a little bit, and he goes, "Aren't you gonna debate me?"
Oh, he's so awful.
You got some shit to say?
He's so fucking terrible. Debate me online, bro.
He's fucking awful. I'm gonna kick his ass.
I'll own you with facts and logic.
Oh god, he makes me so angry, but he makes me so sad.
Yeah.
God, and Wei Wuxian's like,
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
I don't know what to say because honestly, like, he can try to lie to him, but Jiang Cheng knows him better than anybody.
Yeah, like, what are they gonna say to each other? Like, what do you say at this moment into, like, what can you say? What can you say to a person under these circumstances?
There's literally nothing to say, and this has been an ongoing struggle for, like, people who write fics. Mm-hmm. Because their situation is so fucking complicated. Yeah. It'll take years for it to even unravel to the point of them being on comfortable speaking terms with each other, I feel like.
And not even comfortable speaking terms, just like workable speaking terms.
Yeah, workable speaking terms where they're not like getting into an argument at the end of every conversation.
Yeah.
So like, and Jiang Cheng obviously... he's not ready to hear anything that Wei Wuxian has to say.
Yeah, anything Wei Wuxian could possibly say to him is going to make Jiang Cheng upset. And
Wei Wuxian blurts things out without thinking.
Yep.
And then he's like, I really don't know what to say, bro. And Jiang Cheng's like, you fucking never learn.
Yeah.
And Wei Wuxian's like, yeah, you really haven't shaped up on that shit either.
Take one to know one.
Takes one to know one. Of course he does it without thinking. He's just so fucking... he's really bad at pretending to be anybody but Wei Wuxian.
I mean,
he can't be anybody but himself.
In this case, I feel like he knows better than to even pretend.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jiang Cheng has got his number. Like,
oh, yeah.
He, like, everybody is being like, oh, well, you whipped him with Zijian, it didn't knock his soul out, so obviously it's not Wei Wuxian. But he fucking knows, because it's just... Yep. He knows, nobody knows him better than he does.
That shit with the dog, please.
Yeah, please.
It was a dead fucking giveaway.
Yeah, so Wei Wuxian knows that he knows, so they're just, and
he's just, he's talking to him very disrespectfully.
Yeah.
For speaking to a sect leader,
Yeah. So, is this when Jiang Cheng sicks Fairy on him, or
Jiang Cheng does a shout, and Fairy gets up, and Wei Wuxian's like, oh no!
And Fairy's like, just like, Fairy isn't even like attacking him, he's just like kind of barking at him and like just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Wei Wuxian says like, oh, you haven't really gotten much better though. Yeah. And Jiang Cheng's like, alright, we'll see who's improved.
Yeah.
And so he sicks the fucking dog on him again.
And
Jiang Cheng's like, whose name did you call back there? Just wondering.
JW.
And Wei Wuxian's like fucking terrified.
Yeah, he's like, what are you talking about?
Just staring at the dog like, what? And Jiang Cheng's like, come to think of it, how long have you been tight with Lan Wangji?
Yeah, weird how that is, huh?
And Wei Wuxian's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, because, without realizing it, he calls for Lan Wangji while he's getting dogged.
And he calls for Lan Zhan.
Yeah, he calls for Lan Zhan. Somebody earlier this week, or last week or something, posted, like, this exact, section, and, said something about, like, Jiang Cheng being upset that Wei Wuxian calls for Lan Wangji instead of him, because it, like, speaks to how far they've grown apart, and how Jiang Cheng is, like, yet again not the number one person in someone's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, just once again, because, like, like we just learned, in the summary at least, like, Jiang Cheng used to be the person to help him out with the dog shit. He used to chase him off for him. So, like, you can see little baby Wei Ying calling for Jiang Cheng when there's dogs, and him coming up and being like, go away. But now, he's the one calling the dogs on him, and Wei Wuxian's calling for Lan Zhan. Fucked up if true.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. Isn't that weird how things are circles?
It's crazy. It's circles, as it turns out.
It's circles. So,
And so Jiang Cheng continues to be rude to him with a thin veneer of politeness, which I just really like the way this section is written.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
They did a really good job with this
section.
section.
He's clearly being such a bitch, but like in a way where it wouldn't actually...
You wouldn't be able to call him out on it.
Yeah, exactly. He's avoiding that particular responsibility of being a hard-headed piece of shit like me.
And Jiang Cheng insinuates that Lan Wangji, like, had a thing with Mo Xuan Yu, and Wei Wuxian is like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you even go there. Don't you talk shit about Lan Zhan.
He's like, you better watch your fucking language, and Jiang Cheng's like, remember, I never cared about that shit.
Yeah. Like, and this is the first...
Like, oh, right.
And this is the first time in this whole thing where, like, because Wei Wuxian's been, like, tense at best at this part, but this is the first time that he's actually, like, been, like, outwardly upset with Jiang Cheng about any of this, and it's when he talks smack about Lan Wangji.
Don't you fucking talk about that boy like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve that.
Lan Wangji has never fucked. How dare you say otherwise?
I think Wei Wuxian is probably convinced that no matter what Jiang Cheng throws at him, he's a terrible person, so he deserves it anyway. But the minute you bring Lan Wangji into it...
Lan Wangji, who is good and who we all do stan...
He didn't do nothing in Wei Wuxian's eyes as far as,
You don't fuck with concerned. A Lan Wangji stan.
Don't fuck with a Lan Wangji stan.
Don't fuck with Lan Wangji Twitter. So...
But Wei Wuxian's like, watch your language. And Jiang Cheng's like, oh yeah, you want to tell me to watch my language? You watch your language on Dafan Mountain?
Yeah, he says,
remember that shit?
Funny joke. So Jiang Cheng being mad for Jinliang is very much a top 10 saddest Juju moments.
Yeah.
To me.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like 20 times angrier now than he was before.
Because he's had time to let it stew and no outlet for it.
Yep. and he is so mad, and immediately Wei Ying is like, oh. He says, and like pulls his collar.
Ooh. And Wei Wuxian is like trying to find the words to say, but he's literally at a loss for
them. Yeah, he's going,
like,
agoo.
Agoo.
Hamina.
And he's like, Jiang Cheng's like, oh, yeah, don't fucking worry about saying anything. You can really think about the shit you're gonna say when you come and see my parents' tombstones.
Yeah, he says, take it up with mom and dad.
Take it up with mom and dad in hell.
Yeah.
I mean, heaven, obviously.
Yeah, mom and dad who I love and who are definitely in Taoist heaven. Or whatever.
100%.
They're in ancient Chinese vampire times heaven.
They've probably reincarnated into something lovely.
Yeah. So Wei Wuxian, or they,
Wei Wuxian's freaking out. He's trying to figure out what the fuck he's gonna do to get out of this fucking situation.
Yeah.
He's so uncomfortable. And then suddenly, Jin Liang comes up at the exact
guess who's here?
time. Guess who's here? It's Jin Liang. He's like, Jojo!
Jojo!
And Jiang Cheng's like, didn't I fucking tell you not to move? What the hell are you doing here? Jin Liang's like, listen, I just remembered something that I saw while I was out. Okay, you really need to listen to me. He's
like, hey, I'd have told you that I saw the WMD right away if you were nice to me, but, you were mean, so...
You were mean to me, so, like, I totally blacked out and forgot about it. It's not my fault. I was having an anxiety attack.
I was having a problem. Why does this always happen to me?
Why does this always happen to me? And Jiang Cheng's like, fucking okay, tell me, and then get the fuck out of here.
And Jin Liang says, I saw Wen Yang out in the woods. And,
I saw Wen Yang, I totally saw him, 100%.
And then Jiang Cheng fucking makes a Jiang Cheng-shaped hole in the wall as he goes to leave.
He goes on attack mode.
He puts himself in attack mode. Fucking... So, like, Jin Liang basically says, like...
He goads him into going into attack mode, to be fair.
Yeah, because he's like, well, if you better go catch him quick, and if you can't catch him, it's because your vibes are too bad. And
not mine.
I'm pretty sure this is how Wile E. Coyote works. Yeah. Like, you put the bad vibes out, and that's why you're a shitty hunter. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's just how it is. You reap what you sow. Or I guess you don't reap what you reap... You sow shit, you reap shit.
You reap it, you sow shit.
You reap it, you sow it.
You reap it, you sow it, that's right.
You shit it, you shit it. You shit it, you sow it, so...
You shit it, you sow it.
So...
Jiang Cheng's like, okay, fine, I'll deal with you later, and then he, like, blows out of there to go look for Wen Yang. He completely fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, he says, don't you fucking move. You gotta bring this zombie everywhere with you, this zombie WMD. And Wei Wuxian says, what can I say? He's dead. Because he's like... At this point, Wei Wuxian has, like, done enough brain math to be like, oh, okay, Jin Liang's doing a bit. I'll go along with it. So he just yes-ands him.
Yeah.
So Jiang Cheng said, turn Wen Yang's grave into a unisex bathroom and gets the fuck up out. Not quite yet, because Jin Liang, like, keeps goading Juju. He's like, why'd you lock yourself up with the known gay? And Jiang Cheng says, this isn't a question you should be asking. Because you're not old enough to know about fuck.
I'll tell you when you're older. Yeah. Fucking just, like, watch him.
Yeah.
And you know, if he's gone when I get back, you know what's gonna happen to you.
Dude, you know Jiang Cheng has never given Jin Liang the talk. He never will be that one.
No, he'd be too... I mean, I feel like he's probably too thin-faced to do it.
He couldn't possibly.
He'd just get too embarrassed and frustrated because he's embarrassed. Yeah. And then he'd just, like, yell and storm out of the room.
He doesn't want to be reminded...
Do your own research and storm out of the room.
He doesn't want to be reminded that he himself has never fucked.
No, he's a Volcel.
He is Volcel.
Actually,
is he Volcel?
No, he's
We've been over this. He's like voluntarily incel.
He's extremely closeted gay is what he is.
Yeah,
but...
he's incel. He's because like the way I've put it is like he's incel, but he's mad about being incel in a way that you're not typically mad about being it. Because like incels are mad because they can't get fuck or whatever. But he's mad because like it's
no woman is good enough.
Yeah. It's the women's fault that they suck.
Oh no, that's that's a pretty typical incel viewpoint. Actually, no.
I'm losing my train of thought, but there's something, it's like he's purposely going out of his way to make sure everything is as bad as possible so he can keep being incel.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to be miserable.
Looking for excuses and justifications for himself.
I must be miserable. But anyway, sex is a thing you learn from the genes. That's you stay at home and learn that shit. Anyway, so Jin Liang, like, after Jiang Cheng runs off, Jin Liang, like, kind of comes back a few minutes later, and he stole Zijian because Jiang Cheng's too blinded by rage to notice.
Yeah, he just went out with his sword looking, he was Wen Yang hunting.
Yeah, he's out hunting. And Zijian, we find out, recognizes Jin Liang as one of its masters.
Yeah, that's pretty fun, isn't it?
It's so good!
It's cute and good.
It's so good! That's his only... Jin Liang is the only baby.
He's the only baby in the world.
He's the only baby in the world, and Jiang Cheng is only going to let the only baby in the world have control over his cool whip.
That's right. So now Jin Liang has the cool whip.
He doesn't do anything with it.
He doesn't do anything with it. He just holds on to it. He puts it on. It's a fun ring now.
Yeah, it's just a fun ring. He stole it so he can look cool while he jailbreaks Wei Wuxian.
Yeah, he jailbreaks Wei Wuxian. They get the fuck out of there. And Fairy is following them, and Wei Wuxian's like, what the, get it the fuck out of here! I don't want to deal with this! Why is it coming along? And Jin Liang's like, oh my god. So he, like, whistles, and it runs away. And Jin Liang sneers and calls him a loser.
Which is good.
It's really good.
And this is where we find out that Fairy's name is Fairy.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get why you're being such a weirdo about it. Fairy's a spiritual dog.
Fairy's a good boy.
Do you really think it was gonna bite you? It's like Fairy's like the goodest boy on the planet. And Wei Wuxian's like, your dog's name is Fairy, bro. And Jin Liang's like, yeah. I mean,
yeah, take it up with God.
Wei Wuxian's like, you named your fucking dog Fairy? Jin Liang's like,
well, it used to be Little Fairy, but now he grew up, so...
Yeah, what's wrong with it? I obviously can't keep calling him Little Fairy, so, like, I'm gonna call him Fairy, because he's a big boy, and he eats big boy treats, so,
He's a big boy who eats big boy treats just like me. I'm a big man, and I need a big shredder.
So, like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. and Wei Wuxian's like, oh, no, that's not the fucking point, like, who taught you to name animals like that? And then he thinks about it and he's like, oh no, it was definitely Jiang Cheng.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I know.
Because old boy had his puppies Princess Jasmine and Love. It says the names of expensive girls in brothels.
Jesus.
It's like, Jin Liang's like, why do you care anyway? Anyway, like, you offended my uncle, so get the fuck out of here before he sees you. We're square.
Yeah, he says, you get one. Now get up out. And
Wei Wuxian's like, do you know why your uncle's after me? Jin Liang's like, yeah, he thinks you're Wei Wuxian. No big deal.
Yeah, fucking stupid. Whatever. You're too gay to be Wei Wuxian, actually, so I don't think he's right. I think he's just being juju about it. So, like, when is it that he... Because Jin Liang says, like, I'm not gonna,
Don't think I'll be grateful just because you saved me.
Yeah.
Like, he's the most ordinary little punk in existence.
He's such a little punk.
And Wei Wuxian's like, listen, buddy. Young man.
Okay, so first of all, Jin Liang says, don't expect me to say anything cringeworthy. And Wei Wuxian gets in his chair, turns it back ways, sits down, looks at him and says, son... Sometimes we all must post cringe.
Let me rap at you, son.
Let me rap at you about posting cringe.
There are two things you gotta say. And Jin Liang's like, what? Wei Wuxian's like, thank you, and I'm sorry. Jin Liang's like, what's gonna happen if I don't say them? You gonna call the cops? Wei Wuxian's gonna be like, you're gonna be choking on blood and tears one day, and you're gonna be saying both those things, so... Watch your fucking back. He doesn't actually say that. Yeah. He's like, you're going to say that one day in tears.
Yeah. So you better sleep with... Did I ever tell you about when I was 14 and I had my anti-Avril Lavigne website on GeoCities?
Yes.
And I got hate mail on it one time, and the person... Or no, it wasn't even an email. It was through AOL. Somebody IM'd me on AOL, and they told me that I had better... quote unquote, sleep with one eye open, spelled OENIOPN. So I better sleep with one eye open, and that's what's happening here.
Yeah, sleep with one eye open.
Sleep with one eye open.
And, like, Wei Wuxian completely unprompted is like, hey, man, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
And Jin Liang, like, has never been apologized to about the shit that somebody said to him about, not having a mom or being a little bitch or whatever.
He's blinking DrewScanlon.gif.
Yeah, he's, like, taken aback. He's like, it's, fine.
It's fine, whatever. I'm a big boy. And I'm gonna be an even bigger boy someday.
Yeah, I'm gonna show all of you.
I'm gonna show you what it's about. I'm a big kid.
And
I can buy my own Happy Meal.
Yeah. And then Wei Wuxian's like, oh shit, Juju!
And he goes, whoa! And he looks, and then
Wei Wuxian karate chops him.
Yeah.
And he falls unconscious.
He does the fucking Austin Powers judo chop.
Yeah. And once Jin Liang is unconscious, Wei Wuxian doesn't even fucking hesitate to remove the curse and transfer it onto his body once he figures out that that's the only viable option for Jin Liang to survive.
Yep.
Which, like, that's crazy to me, dude. He knew the risks of this. He knew that, like, you're marked for fucking death. And he's like, okay, well, so long as Jin Liang is alive, it's fine.
That's because he's the only baby.
Yep, he's the only baby. And Jin Liang gets up, he's like, what the fuck? Why'd you hit me?
What's wrong with me, weirdo? What'd you do? What's wrong with you?
Jiang Cheng hits me.
Yeah,
and so... Wuxian's like, for real?
Yeah. Jiang Cheng is just completely full of shit about breaking his legs.
Oh, yeah.
All this shit.
And the fact that he is full of shit is hilarious, but also kind of a relief.
Yeah.
I
sure do not like the fact that he even says that.
I don't like that there's clearly this atmosphere of him holding this threat over Jin Liang's head. I don't fucking like that.
Yeah.
But
even though, like, Jin Liang, like,
he clearly doesn't take it serious.
Yeah, he clearly knows that it's all bullshit.
He knows that it's all bullshit.
He continues to act out. He never... does he ever get punished in any capacity by Jiang Cheng?
No!
So, yeah, like, he knows that, too.
Not in my memory. Jin Liang knows he's just gonna get away with the shit.
Yeah. But,
So, Jin Liang curses him out, yells at him. He's like, after Jin Liang explains that, he's only saying it when he says he's gonna punch me out. And so Wei Wuxian, like, Jin Liang is about to beat him up, and Wei Wuxian, of course, like, covers himself, and he's like, oh, Hong Guangjun, help me. He, like, calls out for Hong Guangjun.
And Jin Liang is scared of Hong Guangjun, so he runs off.
Because, like, Jiang Cheng can't really beat him up because they're basically of the same sect, but Lan Wangji? That shit's
no
off
holds
the table.
barred.
No holds barred.
And you seen Lan Wangji?
Bro, you don't want to cross that man. You really don't want to cross that man.
He is a brick shit hoose.
His shadow casts a shadow.
His fucking biceps have biceps.
That's horrifying to think about, but you're right.
Yeah. Machamp ass. Anyway.
Machamp ass. So anyway, like, Wei Wuxian has, like, cool, fun flashback.
Yeah.
To being a homeless, dirty street boy.
Yeah, being dirt baby.
Being dirt baby. Back when Zhang Fengmian, like, combed the streets of Yiling to try and find him.
So let's do the math here, because it's very easy math to do. Like, I may have gotten my degree in English, but I think I can subtract 5 from 9 and come out with 4.
Yeah.
So it says that, like, after Zhang Fengmian heard that Wei Ying's parents died, he, like, basically devoted himself to finding little baby.
Yeah.
So he spent 4 years doing that, which is, like, that's, like, half of Jiang Cheng's life.
Yup.
His own child.
Yup.
And, like, more or less, in whatever capacity, a very big chunk of Zhang Yanli's life, too.
Yeah.
When they're, like, at their most, at their neediest and, almost their neediest, but, like, at their most, like, developing, a more conscious relationship with their parents' age. And he's just off looking for somebody else's fucking kid.
Can you believe that somebody tried to snippily start an argument with me on Twitter by saying that, well, obviously he was only looking for Wei Wuxian to, like, honor his friendship that he had with the parents. And I'm like, really? He spent 4 fucking years ignoring his own children, running around looking for this street boy, and then, once he got a hold of the street boy, proceeded to treat him better than either of his children and give him more attention than either of his children, just for the sake of honoring his dead friends. Yeah. Okay, uh-huh. Like, I'm sure it wasn't his weird fixation on Songs of Sunren. I'm sure that's what happened, but, you know, I'm just spitballing here.
Okay, so, like, if, let's say... God forbid, let's say something were to happen to Friends of the Us, like Colin and Zakira.
Yeah.
If they had kids and something happened to them. I'm not wishing this on them in any case. They're, but they're our closest friends, and I love them to death. I would, of course, want to do anything in my power to help their kids out.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do that in a heartbeat. They would be, those are very important people in my life, and I would want to do right by their kids.
Yeah.
In whatever way I can. However, if I had my own kids, I'm not about to spend 4 years going up to God knows where, looking for them, when I have my own fucking kids at home, and my own, basically, business to run.
Yeah.
Jiang Fengmian, bro...
Sorry, you cannot make excuses for him here.
Bro.
You really can't. I understand that a lot of characterization of side characters in Modao depends almost entirely on gossip and hearsay, and you as the reader forming your own opinions on the different kinds of gossip that you hear other characters spouting.
And I know there's a lot of cultural stuff that, like, I'm sure the, wanting to honor them is a bigger part of it than we as Westerners understand, but still, it's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah. And the person that argued with me was making the argument that, like, oh yeah, Yu Ziyun was just crazy. And she was just making all this up. And I'm like, we didn't read the same book, baby. We sure did not read the same book.
Bro.
So, I really don't understand.
Going from spending all of that time looking for him, and, I am very glad that after Wei Ying's parents died, and after he had to spend all that time on the street, he did have somebody who was there for him and showing him some affection.
Yeah, someone cared enough about him to do that. That's good.
At the expense of other kids?
Yeah.
That person's own kids?
Yeah.
Fuck no!
Absolutely not.
The fuck is wrong with this man?
I just think it's gross. I don't think it's an admirable thing for him to have fixated on.
He could have done it so much fucking better. He could have done it like a normal person, but he had to be like this about it.
He had to be fucking weird about it. So.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jiang Fengmian's a fucking weirdo.
Jiang Fengmian's a fucking weirdo. So he ends up finding Wei Wuxian. He brings him back to Yunmeng, and Wei Wuxian is, of course, totally jazzed to be there.
Yeah.
He's just jazzed no matter what. Like, no matter what situation he's in, he's feeling it. He's vibing.
We get such a good little passage where... So basically, Wei Wuxian is having this little flashback, kind of like... in terms of things that Zhang Yanli told him. Because she was a little bit older. She's like 3 or 4 years older than them.
Yeah.
So we get this little passage that says, Jiang Yanli said that he was born with a smiling look. No matter what unfortunate thing happened, he wouldn't cling on to them no matter what situation he was in. He would be happy. Although it sounded a bit heartless, it really wasn't bad. So he was just a happy little dude. He was a happy baby.
He was a happy little dude, and to an extent, he retained that same kind of general outlook on life for as long as he lived, at least the first time, and, now the second time, too.
Yeah. Just a good-hearted baby.
Just a happy, good-hearted baby. So, Jiang Fengmian feeds him a piece of melon, brings him home.
Yeah.
And Jiang Cheng is at home, and he has puppies.
He has a big old pile of puppy.
And one of the things that triggered this flashback was Wei Wuxian thinking about how when he was on the streets, he pretty much only remembers being attacked by dogs for food. And so obviously he's very upset at the puppies. And Zhang Fengmian eventually convinces Jiang Cheng to, send the puppies away.
Yeah.
And I kind of enjoy having this in the novel, because in the show it was just like Zhang Fengmian like strong arms Jiang Cheng into taking the puppies away. Like, at least it says he suggested for Jiang Cheng to send the dogs away.
Yeah.
He suggested it, and Jiang Cheng, he didn't want to do it, but like he still, he threw a tantrum, he threw some shit around.
He's got to be dramatic and upset about it. He's got to throw a big ol' hissy fit first before he's okay with it, just like I do.
Oh yeah,
anytime there's a big change in my life.
Yeah, pretty much. And so Jiang Cheng eventually sends him away, and he's like, he kind of begrudges Wei Wuxian for it at first, but eventually it becomes kind of a thing with him, kind of a bit.
Yeah.
Like Wei Wuxian will get scared by a dog, Jiang Cheng will chase the dog away, Wei Wuxian is saved from peril, and Jiang Cheng gets some clowning in.
Yeah.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
It's just brother stuff.
Yeah.
Just hashtag brother stuff.
And he's like, man, I thought he'd be my brother forever. And that Lan Wangji would be my
enemy.
My arch nemesis. Oh, how the turns have tabled.
Yep. And then we kind of snap out of the flashback, and Lan Wangji is there at the spot they were going to meet up at, and his eyes are, like, red, and he just looks shitty.
Yeah, he looks like shit.
Yeah, he looks like shit.
He looks like he went a couple rounds with something.
Yes, but we don't know what that is, but we'll find out next week.
Wow, it's a mystery.
It's a mystery. We'll find out next week when we read 3 chapters.
3 whole chapters.
3 of them. They're all pretty short. They all kind of flow together. I don't remember 100% off the top of my head how much they're all part of the same scene, but depending on how much they are, I might just do one big summary.
Okay.
But we're reading chapters 25, 26, and 27. Which are parts 3 through 5 of the Malice arc, and that'll be finishing up this little arc.
Very nice.
Very nice. So, those are our chapters this week. Do you want to get into some Google Translate Essence collection?
You know I do.
Hell yeah. So, I've got 3 of them.
3 of them.
You get 3. The first 2 are very old. I'm 99% sure they're from Chinese, but I don't remember the context.
Most likely.
So here's number one.
All right. Zhang Chengsong had purple power, and both hands clasped each other's solid body and said, I just want to kill you. Wow, this is pretty thematically consistent with our questions for this week. Just kind of an edgelord.
Yeah, just kind of an edgelord.
I just want to kill you.
Bottom text.
Yeah, I'm thinking he probably whipped Zijian out, and he has Wei Wuxian in the grip. Mm-hmm. And he's threatening him. I think that's probably what this is.
Yeah, I don't know who Jiang Chengsong is.
Jiang Chengsong.
I like purple power because, we know Zijian means purple lightning, but I like power being translated like it's the fucking power bill.
Purple power makes me think that Jiang Cheng is like a children's superhero. It's time for purple power, and he's like this grumpy businessman by day, but by night he's purple power.
This tracks in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. Jiang Chengsong had purple power. It's good.
Jiang Chengsong had purple power.
So the next one's just kind of a bit of poetry for your life.
Okay, a little bit of poetry.
Yeah.
Today's wind is really embarrassing. Today's moon is really bright. Today's dog food is really full. That's all you need in life. A nice embarrassing wind. I guess maybe that's a fart.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so the first one's a fart. Today's moon is really bright, so that's his ass. And today's dog food is really full. Don't know what that could be. Probably just dog food.
Yeah, it's just a big old bowl of kibbles.
Yeah, it's just kind of a solid can of Alpo.
Yeah, what if it's dog farts? This whole passage.
Nasty.
Yeah, I mean, it is nasty, but it sounds like that's what it is.
I hate that.
Anyway, so this last one is a little bit longer. I do have the context for this one. So this one's from Chinese. This one's like a case fic.
Okay.
So Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian and the juniors are out and about. They're doing their thing. They're trying to solve a case. They found some, like, fucked up weird birds who are acting weird, and one of them just, like, I think got really huge or something and ate Fairy.
Oh, great.
I think he gets better. We'll get there.
Before Jin Liang called out, the black mist spit out the faint, black-haired Mandarin dog. The dark mist of resentment regrouped into birds, but it was different from the previous one. The resentment was perfectly restrained, and the whole pigeon, except for the black color, looked like an ordinary domestic pigeon. At this moment, the dove has a paralyzed calf, a calf turned over, and a buttocks sitting not far from the fairy. The bird's face is full of remorse, and tears and frustration look at the unconscious, normal breathing, and a little blood on his body. No sleeping fairy.
No sleeping fairy.
What the fuck? Kids and buttocks? I just imagine, like, they ate all of the body except for the ass. Like, they were saving the ass for last, like a butt delicacy.
He has a paralyzed calf, a calf turned over, the Beto calves. It kept fucking translating bird as pigeon. Like, specifically God. Pigeon.
Just a New York style pigeon.
Just a pigeon.
Poor fairy.
I really like the black-haired Mandarin dog.
Mandarin dog? Yeah, that's kind of cute.
It is kind of cute. It makes me picture like a little, like kind of a Pokemon kind of thing where it's
Mandarin dog.
Yeah, it's like a Clementine, but it has dog features.
It's a fruity dog.
Yeah, it's a grass type.
That's really cute.
I really like it.
I like fruity dog.
Fruit dog. Fruit dog rights. So that's our Google Translate this week. Nice
and quick.
It.
Very nice Google Translate essence collection.
So do you want to move into questions?
Let's do some questions.
Let's do some questions. If you have questions, you can send them to Cloud Recess Pod. Just the one at Twitter, or Cloud Recesses Pod. Oh, fuck, I'm blanking. What are we on Tumblr? cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com/ask. That's
Cloud Recesses.
Cloud Recesses. That's the ticket. So, we have 2 questions this week. We got one on Twitter and one on Dumbler. So let's go to Twitter first.
Twitter!
Fucking VIP of the questions segment, Ask Jovery.
VIP of the questions segment, Ask Jovery, coming in clutch every single time. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
At Ask Jovery asked this time around, okay, in honor of Lan Sishui's birthday, what do you think is the best part of an outsider's view of some random chaotic twink shacking up with the esteemed Han Guangjun?
Yeah, yesterday was Sishui's birthday. Happy birthday, Sishui.
Happy birthday, Sishui. Just, watching dude climb all over this completely stoic mountain of a man, and just watching how indulgent the silent one is with the big chaotic one. Like, what the fuck? Like, why is he just letting him do this in public?
Why is he letting him climb up him like a fucking monkey trying to get a banana?
Why is he letting this guy talk his fucking ear off? He doesn't even look like he's interested. What is going on? I think that'd be my favorite.
It's very good.
So what would that be your favorite?
Yeah,
too?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. Yeah.
Just watching him be just completely way too indulgent.
Oh, yeah. There's no way to underindulge. Our cat is watching us now.
Mimi.
If you heard a weird, like, kind of crinkly noise a second ago, it was her licking a plastic bag in the background.
She's bag licking.
Yeah, she likes the sound. What you doing? Are you here to ask questions? Do you have something you want to know about? Meow.
Me?
Is she a spiritual cat?
She's a spiritual cat, huh?
Well, this fits with our next question.
Oh, yeah?
On Tumblr from
All right.
Anonymous.
So, on Tumblr, Anonymous asked, if you had a spiritual dog, what would you name it? Are you part of the Jiang Cheng and Jin Ling school of naming your animals weird things, or do you prefer to give them human names and forcing acquaintances to play spouse or dog when you talk about them? What is the worst/best pet name you've ever heard? Oh, shit.
Okay, so this is several questions. Okay, so first off,
spiritual dog, what would we name it?
I don't know, like, because I'd have to know the dog. Like, when you get a pet, like, I feel like you kind of need to feel their vibe in order to name them.
What if our spiritual dogs were Steve and Barbara Wilkinson?
What if they were Steve and Barbara Wilkinson?
We used to joke all the time that we were going to get a pair of pugs, a girl and a boy, and we were going to name them Steve and Barbara Wilkinson, and we were going to refer to them as the Wilkinsons only and confuse everyone, like, are they talking about, like, some, like, old people that they, like, take care of or something? Like, we're just going to go take a walk with the Wilkinsons.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have dinner with the Wilkinsons tonight.
You're gonna have dinner with the Wilkinsons tonight. Yeah, Steve and Barbara, are those our spiritual animals? Our
I think
dogs?
so. Yeah.
Love that. Are we part of the Jiang Cheng and Jin Ling school of naming our animals weird things, or do we prefer to give them human names and forcing acquaintances to play spouse or pet?
I think we've answered that.
I like human-ish names for animals a lot of the time. I think they're either really fitting or just kind of funny.
Yeah, like you ever
met a cat named Greg? That's peak fucking comedy. It's peak comedy.
Like our former roommate's friend who had a dog named was his name Charlie, and they kept calling him Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles.
One of my managers has a corgi named Winston. I think it's great.
I love when animals have people names.
It's really good. What is the worst/best pet name you've ever heard?
Those are the exact same thing. I have a couple favorites. One of my internet friends has a Sphinx cat whose name is Sticky.
Sticky is great.
Sticky is fucking excellent. Especially because Sticky is apparently, like, just super gross. So I love that. One of my favorite internet pet names is, I really like the internet cat of Princess Monster Truck.
Princess Monster Truck is fucking amazing.
Yeah, please look up Princess Monster Truck. If you don't know who she is, she's the big black fluffy cat with the, like, protruding lower mandible and the, like, the underbite with the big fangs. She's so good.
She's an angel. And she's also so the only one that I can remember because I have no memory capacity to speak of. Love that.
Love that. Those are all our questions.
So that was it for questions. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Everybody who sent in the questions.
So before we get into housekeeping, just reminder that we're doing our Valentine's Day contest. We talked about it at the beginning. If you want to go ahead and send stuff in for it, send it to cloudrecessespod@gmail.com.
Yep.
Subject line Valentine.
It seriously does not need to be polished, doesn't need to be a masterpiece, just needs to be something cute and fun that you would like to hear us read.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It can be a total fucking meme.
Yes, if you want to put up someone else's artwork, someone else's fic work, just ask their permission first. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Just be courteous. I'd be happy to do that. I'm sure there's definitely some fun stuff out there already.
Yeah. We'll be putting up some criteria in the next few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you can have those concretely. But
please go ahead and do that. cloudrecessespod@gmail.com.
Good old Gmail. So yeah, let's clean up this fucking house.
Let's clean it up a little bit.
We have a Patreon.
We do have a Patreon, and did you know that if you give us $1 a month,
one single dollar's worth of treats,
a single $1 worth of treats, we're gonna give you a treat?
You can be a disciple.
You get a treat for a treat.
Treats for treats. Treats on treats on treat. Treat trade.
Treat trade.
Treats. For $1 of treats a month, you can be a disciple of the show and get access to all of our Patreon exclusive bonus content, including She's in Get iPad.
She's in Good iPad. We did just recently release an episode for that.
Plus, you get a special role in our Discord. For $5 a month, you can be a sec leader of the show and get all that plus a more special role in our Discord channel. And you get a little thank you shout out on the show. And if you'd like, you can send us a quick little message for us to read. Maybe we can read it in your funny Edward Elric voice.
Oh, I guess that's okay.
I don't want to read this crap.
I just want to study my books and tell everybody how much cooler I am than them for being an atheist.
And then our top tier, big spender, you can be, for $10 a month, you can be Chief Cultivator of the Podrecesses world.
Chief Cultivator.
One of any number of Chief Cultivators that are allowed to exist in the Podrecesses world.
We don't play by the rules, baby.
We don't play by the rules. We're breaking all the rules, actually. You can get all of that and an even more special role in our Discord. And you can send us requests for things to stream. We gotta do a stream, and we need to do a live reading sometime soon, I think.
Definitely.
In my IMO. So shout out to our $5 sec leaders, Colin Arnold, Sarah McClintock, and Lenny Williams.
Thank you, guys!
Thank you for supporting us. And thank you to $10 Chief Cultivator of the Podrecesses world, Scout.
Scout, number one in our hearts.
Number one. Thank you to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network.
Thank you, Sec Leader Matt.
Thank you, Sec Leader Matt, for having another very good internet cat, Looker.
Looker is a great cat.
Looker is fucking excellent.
Looker is a great pet name also. I've talked about how much I love Looker as a name before.
Looker is so fucking good.
It's good.
Check out Noisepace. You can find a bunch of other good podcasts such as Jergin It, Fearbaiting, The Stick, The Wonder Yerks, HKIP.
HKIP.
I was on the most recent episode.
It was very good and cute. They did little New Year's predictions.
Yeah.
2020 predictions. And would you guess it? I think maybe HK is PGTD.
It would be nice.
I hope so.
Not a threat, just a fact. Just a statement.
Let's pray. Let's all join hands.
Let's speak it into existence.
Let's get together. Let's join hands, and let's all get on a plane and find Henry Kissinger's buried phylactery and destroy it forever.
Henry Kissinger has Pokemon become a lich. Once again, I'm Roy. I'm on Twitter at SemperFunny, and also on my Modow side blog, which is Yeeling Hypebeast.
And I'm Fallon. I'm on Twitter at America's Burden, or at my Donmei side blog at Himbo Zongju, ZONGZHU.
You can find the us of the Podrecesses at cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com, and on twitter.com/cloudrecess, just the one pod. We're on all your podcast apps, all the websites. Go ahead and rate us and subscribe to us and comment and like and all that crap.
Interact and
engage.
Intergage.
We're doing intergagement.
We're doing an intergagement kind of thing.
Kind of an intergagement moment.
Kind of a moment, yeah.
So you can also join our Discord. The link is, as always, in the description. And you know what we say at the end of every episode?
Semper Bunny!
Semper Bunny!
Good night!
Bye!